Welcome back to another great episode interview series with Rabbit Connell YouTube channel. I'm here with Vinny from Momentum, one of the biggest decks on Sui ecosystem, and they had a really great launch last week. And we are planning to learn more about from Vinny how the things going and what is Momentum, what's their vision. Welcome, Vinny. I'm really happy to host you in on my channel. How the things going from your side?
No, it's great. Thanks. It's great to happy to be here. Thanks for supporting us since the beginning.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So, what is momentum? What you guys actually do, and what kind of problem you guys already solving in the Web3 space as a momentum, as a MMT finance?
Yeah, I mean we're effectively building a liquidity layer for the whole Sui ecosystem. So we're really deeply integrated with like core Sui infrastructure and many of the key projects launching on Sui. So a lot of the liquidity and incentives will go through the Momentum by design. And essentially what we're doing is we're coordinating where that volume is going. So secondly, we think of our product stack, not just a single product. So we have like the DEX, the token generation lab, XSUI, the vaults, Momentum X, and they all work together. And so through all of these products, projects can come over to Sui ecosystem and launch, bootstrap the liquidity, and plug into yield and RWA flows, all in one place. So that's what really, sets us apart from us and all the other dexes. That's how we'd be able to become the number one dex on Sui.
Got it, got it. And how does Sui and wormhole entity bridge give the momentum and age?
Yeah, so Sui's object-based design and parallel execution means high throughput and low latency, which is exactly what a DEX needs to keep slippage low and trading smooth, especially during volatile periods or major launches. Then the Wormholes entity bridge, it allows any DApp or any chain that's already supported by entity to allow native token bridging in only a few hours of development. So say, for example, you have a protocol on Ethereum or Solana, in just 3 hours, they can bridge over and all of the users can start utilizing that chain natively and bridging it over into Sui. So it's going to bring a lot of liquidity into the Sui ecosystem.
Got it, got it. Yeah, quite pretty technical. And what role does MSafe play for institutional grade security?
Yeah, so MSafe is our multi-sig solution. So that we've been servicing the entire Move ecosystem since day one. So we're the official flagship solution for all of the Move chains, including Aptos, Sui, Movement, and Erta. It's a really core part of how we handle capital here, specifically on Sui. So it provides like a battle-tested multi-sig and asset management. So treasuries, partner funds, liquidity programs, and even protocol operations can still be run with institutional controls. Things like multiple signers, clear policies, and like strong key security. It also makes it much easier to structure joint liquidity programs and manage strategies in a transparent, sort of governed way. So in short, MSafe is what helps make Momentum and Sui kind of credible for like institutional capital, which is key for long-term ecosystem growth.
Got it. Got it. So yeah, as I mentioned beginning of the call, you have really successful TG, especially even these market conditions, and launching from the 10 cent and the your all time high on spot. It's almost $4.5, which is a really crazy number. Even this market condition, because you had a really great marketing, you have a great team behind the scenes. This is really a story of success. And another question is, how does the token generation lab avoid the short-term hype?
Yeah, so the token generation lab is like our blue chip launchpad. It's pretty interesting because like every single launch that goes on, it's structured so the token lands in the hands of like a really broad user base. So we airdrop to over 25,000 Momentum token holders, which means from day one, you don't just have a few wells and insiders who hold the token. On top of that, like all the launch pads charge a fee, and the fee that we charge, we don't take it off the table and dump it like other launch pads do. Instead, we lock it up as liquidity on Momentum Dex for 12 months, provide liquidity for all of those major token pairs. So that way it shows like a really good long-term environment, and we provide really deep liquidity for all of the Sui protocols launching. Which also gives a lot of confidence to retail users that it's not going to dump. And also, what's most importantly is this is something we do with Sui Foundation. So all of the projects that come on the TGL, they get sort of like blessed by Sui Foundation. So they've either been invested by or received grants from Sui Foundation, and they've got some sort of like co-marketing or incentives agreement. So that way, the incentives that we provide, they're not like random. They're like heavily supported by Sui Foundation. We get them expedited listings on the exchanges as well through our partnership with them, which is why 5 of the top 10 exchanges invested into us. And this ensures that the projects come on a really high quality and not just hype-driven projects, but actually projects that are going to be around, for the long term.
Got it. Yeah, this for liquidity and the DEX side, how do momentum vaults help attract and retain liquidity?
Yeah, so the vaults solve the biggest problem for most users. The issue is like with CLMM positions, like you always move out of range. And with our vaults, the users can deposit into strategies that are automatically managed. So the main one we're focusing on is auto rebalancing vaults that keeps the user's LP positions within a range and gives them the highest APR. So from a user perspective, you just deposit once and you always stay within range. You don't have to check it, every single day like you normally would. Like if you say had like a SUI USDC position.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, you have also so many competitors in this market, but yeah, Sui is one of the excited project that I'm really like it because Sui didn't have a bull run yet, but we saw the really good price action. So yeah, for the momentum side, why is momentum a game changer for the RWAs and the compliance?
Yeah, so we announced Momentum X a couple months ago. It's our
Momentum
product where
X,
we
yeah.
can onboard real world assets, yeah, into Sui in a way that like institutions and retail can actually use it. So on the compliance side, it's built with this universal KYC layer, meaning you're needing to KYC once to interact with all the partner companies and platforms like Robinhood, for example. So all of this is possible by utilizing a tech stack that Sui has already created, including Walrus, Seal, and Nautilus. This means ultimately the RWAs, they're not just static tokens that sit in the corner, they become like composable building blocks, right, in the same environment as native DeFi. So yeah, basically, think of it as a retail user, you'll be able to trade things like ETFs, gold, stocks, on chain, which is going to be really exciting. So that's why we call it like an on-chain Robinhood.
Got it. So you have also V33 model, right? What is this and how does the V33 model for MMT align incentives and sustainability?
Yeah, so the VE33 DEX model that became really popular from Aerodrome, which is the number one, DEX on base. And with the VE33 model, what happens is the users have the MMT token, they lock it into VEMMT, and they earn up to 100% of the pool's trading fee and incentives. So this creates a unique flywheel effect. So normally, like a V3 DEX, if you provide liquidity, you earn trading fees and incentives. 80% usually goes to the LPs and 20% goes back to the protocol. So in our system here, it creates a flywheel effect where the usage generates fees and the fees and emissions flow back to the VEMT holders, and those holders decide which pools and partners to support. So basically think of it as if you provide liquidity, you earn emissions, and then with those emissions in MMT, you lock them up and then to vote for your own pool. So over time, the voters and liquidity providers become the same party, right, and creates this unique flywheel effect. That's why Aerodrome has been so successful. So we've got a lot of inspiration from that model.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, I would love to also learn your plan for next couple months or for next year. What is your plan? What's your roadmap, and what do you planning to do? Because for the investment side, almost a lot of investors has a cliff and the long term cliff. It's mean also we are able to see some price action for MMT token. And what's your plan in this regard for next years? And
Yeah, I guess over the next 6 to 12 months, it's really about turning everything we've made into this, this ecosystem. So the first big milestone we'll have is the VE33 DEX launch. That's in the next 3 to 4 months. That's when the weekly MMT emissions will kick in based on the V33 DEX model I just explained earlier. And you'll start to earn those trading fees and incentives in real time. And then on the product side, we have the vault starting. So those native vaults will start to deploy in the next couple of months. There'll also be auto rebalancing vaults, as I mentioned earlier. We also have the Momentum X, which is like the on-chain Robinhood. That'll be live in Q1. And we also recently announced the perpetuals. So we're going to be launching perpetuals in partnership with Asta, which will be really exciting. And also, we will also be launching prediction markets too. It's something that we'll be announcing very shortly. You're one of the first to hear about it, with a partnership with one of the largest prediction market players in the world.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So, and last question from my side, do you have any specific plan for the Turkish market? Because the Turkish market, one of the biggest market in the crypto, and we have a 90 million population, and 25 million people has a sex account, which is crazy numbers. So, do you have
Yeah.
any specific plan for Turkish market?
I mean, we definitely want to grow in there. I mean, we are listed already on Binance Spot. So I know we're trying to get into Binance Turkey. I have to check what the status of that is, but we definitely plan to grow our community in Turkey. It's one of the most important growing, key regions. So we will definitely look to do events there in next year, right? And really try and grow our community there.
That's great. So yeah, I appreciate it, Winnie, for your really valuable times. I know you're very busy, even after the launch. Thank you very much for your valuable insight. If you would like to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications on. See you later, guys.